Welcome to this season's final episode of Coach's Corner. Once again, I'm Meghan Mcpeak and very excited to talk to head coach of the Mystics, Eric Thibault. Eric, I'm gonna hop right in. Always enjoy taking some time with you to have these conversations about everything surrounding the Mystics. And I know this summer, with the Olympics being in Paris, 3 players, and then of course your dad Mike being with Cheryl Reeve on her staff. You think of Jade, who played for the Australian Opals, Aaliyah Edwards, who played for the Canadian women's team, and then Julie Van Loo, who played for the Belgian team. Was there a small part of you that was almost like dreading the matchups when you saw the tournament draw come out, knowing that you would see Jade and Aaliyah going head to head, knowing only one of them could go away with medal? Like, was that gut wrenching for you to have to watch?
Yeah, I just want all my kids to do well. Yeah, I know. No, it was fun because each of them kind of had their own stories of where they were in their journey. You know, Jade being the youngster on an Australian team that eventually won bronze, and Aaliyah being at her second Olympics already, you know, at age 22. And then Julie, who has now become one of the more veteran senior players for a Belgium team that in 10 years has gone from kind of a startup to, you know, one of the best teams in the world. I was at the bronze medal game. It was stressful. I still happened to make eye contact with Julie during the game, and then she hit a 3 and let me know. So that was really fun. You know, I felt bad for her obviously, but we were excited for Jade, and hopefully all 3 of them just get a great experience from that and use that as a springboard going forward.
And Jade had a really great tournament for herself. You mentioned her being youngest player on that Opals team, was named FIBA's Paris 2024 Rising Star. To be able to do that so young in her career, what does that say about her and her growth and kind of her mindset?
I think Jade just plays and comes in every day with an enthusiasm for the game. It's pretty infectious. You know, we could tell it as soon as we traded for her during training camp. We thought we were getting a good player, but you know, I think it was a real pleasant surprise, the way she is with her teammates, the way she is every morning when she comes in the gym. I think if you have that as a young player, you can do a lot with that.
It was very interesting just to see how each player had their own role with their respective team. What did you see from them?
I think Julie especially, because you know, I think she played the most minutes and she plays such a big role on that team. The way Belgium plays, you know, we obviously have some interconnected stuff over the years with Belgium, but you know, the way they move the ball, the way they use Julie on and off the ball, the way they get into some of their offense, things like that. You know, we're always keeping an eye on and stealing from time to time. And I think when people see Julie play for us or for Belgium, they're just struck by the passion that she plays with. I don't think that ever comes out more than when you're, you know, wearing your country's jersey. And so, you know, just kind of continuing to feed that fire and try to get the best out of her.
When you look at the fact that your dad wanted to be part of that, what does that say to you and your sister, who have followed in his coaching footsteps as well too, and what does that mean to you and your family?
Well, one, I'm not sure he thought it was going to happen again. You know, Cheryl Reeve wanted him to be on her staff, and he was really honored to accept. And more than anything else, maybe a lesson in always trying to handle things the right way and be good to people. It wasn't something he was actively pursuing, but you know, obviously he has a lot of knowledge and a lot of history in the game, but also just the way he is around people and around players. And you know, it's fun to watch him be doing scouts again. You know, that warmed my former assistant coach's heart that he had to be studying video and breaking down film, but it was great. I mean, it's a reminder of how hard it is to win a gold medal, the fact that they did play some tough games, but really just a wonderful achievement, some relief obviously once they win the gold, but it's great. It's just great to be a part of all that in some small way.
And Mike had mentioned how great it was to see the NBA guys, especially from the U.S. men's team, being there supporting the U.S. women's team, not just in the gold medal game, but throughout the tournament, really. Think of guys like LeBron, KD, Steph, Bam, Book, especially with his camcorder. And then you look at the totality of the medals that were won for Team USA as a whole. 65% of them won were by women.
Right.
What does that say about not just women's basketball, but the growth of women's sports?
I mean, I think we're the greatest nation for women's sports in the world. I mean, I think we're seeing other countries obviously have success across the board as well, but there's a lot of people that came before that made that happen. You know, going back to Title IX, obviously, and that setting the ground for goals and aspirations for women who loves playing sports or wanted to be a part of it. The tradition of the women's basketball team is its own story. You know, it's when you put on that USA jersey and you make the national team, you know what came before you, and you have a standard and a legacy to uphold. So hopefully it's a real virtuous circle, and it just keeps inspiring the next group behind it to want to do their country proud and to have success.
Eric, all season long you have taken a small amount of your time throughout the season, and I just want to say thank you again for joining us this season on Coach's Corner presented by Capital One.